Good morning and welcome to day 85 of walking from Mexico to Canada along the Pacific Crest Trail. My name is Prime and I'm walking 2,650 miles to raise money for combat stress. Sun's up, it's time to hit the trail. I am hoping to get over 24 miles today because I'm heading for the subway caves. They're off the trail, so I think if I get there, camp around the trailhead and get to enjoy a bit of sightseeing around those caves. So I'm looking forward to see them. Hopefully I get the distance. All depends on the burn zones and the terrain, but there's not as much elevation today as there was yesterday, so let's roll out. So this morning, first thing, I have a river crossing. However, there is a big log here, so I'm going to try and see if I can head down to it and use that to get across, but the terrain doesn't look great. I think over there I can get down. Right, let's see if I can get across. Success! Use the tree to get across. Wasn't too bad. It saves me from wet feet. Now I just need to find the trail. Deep joy. It's like another morning of blowdowns, debris everywhere, trail being wiped out. Can't find it because there's just too much stuff everywhere. All this just slows you down. I'm so looking forward to the burn zones being ended, but I just don't know when that's going to be. I mean, look at this. The trail's gone. It's over there at the back, but if there's more debris, it'd be really hard to see and you'd have to kind of stop, get your map out, try and figure out the trail is again and find it. All this just hurts your momentum and your speed because you have to slow down to this kind of snail's pace to get through it so you don't get spiked on anything. And then you get the trail for a bit and then it happens all over again. Another fun day in the PCT. Trail's in there somewhere, I just need to find it. It's funny, some parts of the trail have lots and lots of water, others don't. I am now on a stretch where the next water source is 12 miles away. I have done over 5 miles already this morning, so I should make that for lunch or just after lunch. There is a river that kind of runs up the trail as well, but you have to kind of come off the trail to go and get to it. So that is an option if I need it. For me, the water source is only about 300 feet of elevation, so as long as the burn zones calm down, I should be able to make it alright. Now that I've actually hit decent trail, I've been able to get myself up to an average speed of 3 miles an hour and I'm just hiking. This is what I want. Just the ability to hike on the trail, to enjoy the scenery, although it's still a lot of burn zone around me, so it's not what I would like to see. I like to see more of proper nature. It's a shame to see the devastation, but at least the trail's really cruisy and it's nice to walk on and I'm just able to hike. That's all I want, just the ability to hike. I didn't come here for a spiky, dangerous assault course. I came to hike and enjoy the actual trail. I'm getting to do it. How much longer I'm going to get to do it, don't know. But it's been quite a number of miles that it's been quite cruisy, so I'm hoping that it continues. There is still some burn zone around me, but I'm seeing more and more green trees again. Let's hope it stays this way. When I get to the subway caves, and get to enjoy them. In fact, as I come across a nice little stream, still about 7 miles away from the next water source, so I'm going to stop for lunch. So I think it's best if I top up here. It's getting hot and there's not a lot of shade, but it's definitely worth getting new fresh water, especially cold water. Now leaving Laston Volcanic National Park, pushing on, back in a burn zone, still going on. I thought it kind of was starting to die out there, but it's still here. Just hoping it doesn't affect the trail too much. It's really starting to heat up now. I'm going to have to start looking at maybe carrying more water, depending on the gaps between water sources. I was really lucky when I found that little stream. That really helped. Almost at my lunch stop. Got about just under a mile left to go, and it's on a creek, so there's plenty of water there. By the time I get there, I'll have probably done 16.5, 17 miles by the time I get there. And from where I started this morning, I only had to do over 24 miles to get to the subway caves. So it's always good to get the bulk of my miles done before lunch. That's when it's coolest. And if it continues to go this way, I'll have to get up a lot earlier, consistently, and push as many miles in the morning as I can. Especially when I get Oregon, it's going to be really hot there, so really early starts might be a thing. I didn't get a great sleep last night, primarily because I was transferring files from my GoPro to my phone to make up space, and ended up falling asleep. Had to wake up periodically during the night and continue to transfer files. Fell asleep, woke up, transferred more files. So I think I'm going to have to try and do it a bit more on a regular basis, not wait for the card to fully fill up, because it does take a while. So I think every 3 days I think I'll start transferring data. So I came down next to the creek, found a really nice shaded spot. So there's a log to lean on. So I think I'm going to stop here for lunch. I'm knackered and I'm just short of 17 miles, so I'm going to take a good break and then we will push on to the subway caves. But a good chill out here, speaking to another hiker that was doing sections. And there's also a hiker here called Bonnie that bumped it a couple of days ago. She's heading for the caves as well. So I'm going to get ready, head down there. It's only over 7 miles away, and head to the campground that's there for tonight. So let's roll out. Right now it's incredibly hot. You can feel how dry it is in the forest just by the air, what it smells like and how dry it is when you breathe it in. This is like a wee tinder box. It wouldn't take much to set this place ablaze. It's incredible how you, even in the desert, you couldn't kind of taste how dry it was, but you can in here. It's really amazing. I would like to get through it just in case it catches fire. That would not be a good day out. The trail seems really good, nice and flat. Some cruisy bits. I think I'm still moving about 3.1 mile an hour average speed. So that's really good. And that's considering I've got a couple of blisters on my heels, which I dealt with at lunch. I don't know if I got the blisters because of the shoes or if it's just the change of terrain that's happened. I haven't had a blister since after mile 400, so it's kind of weird that's happened now. Not sure if it's the shoes because I have worn them since Sonora Pass and there's no major issue. other than my foot sliding out. But I'll continue walking them off. A couple of days will be fine, just like they were in the desert when I got blisters. I just pop them, drain them, and then take them back up. So, should be fine. I'm going to keep pushing on. I'm heading for the Subway Caves campground. There's apparently a water faucet there and hopefully pit toilets and stuff. And if I'm really lucky, maybe some nice people who will give me a soda. We can hope. But I'm going to keep pushing on, enjoy the cruisy trail, and keep as much speed as I can, just in case I end up in a burn zone again. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping that's me past them. But this is the PCT. You never know what will happen. So right now, because it's getting really hot, I am jumping off the PCT and I'm heading for the Old Town Resort. There's a shop there with cold drinks and stuff. It's just off the trail. So I'm going to head there, get a cold drink, chill out for a bit, because I'm really not that far away from the caves. I think I'm probably about 4 miles away, something like that. So I figured, since it's right here, go in, get a nice soda, get a wee bit of aircon maybe, and then rejoin the trail, and then push on to the caves. Yeah, so the Hat Creek Resort, well worth stopping, people, especially since it's just off the trail.
There we go. Wrong keys. Okay, so what was your question for me?
They've even got stuff if you need, some resupplies as well, ramen noodles and stuff. So good setup here. It's definitely worth stopping for your ice cream. Also, while I was here, I got myself a soda and I got myself an ice cream. Apparently that's a single scoop for hikers. That's as much as I wanted. It's a lot. So I'm going to enjoy this, and then they're going to refill my water and stuff as well. So, good spot. Really good spot. So they've also started a hiker log here, and they've got a hiker box. Great ice cream. It's a good stop. It's right on the road as well, so if you need to hitch anywhere else, you can get one here. It's a good little store. It's just off the trail as well, so it's not like you have to go that far. It's worth coming here just for a drink. It's 16:44 and it's still red hot. So I'm going to take it nice and easy, head for the caves. According to Far Out, the caves are always nice and cool. I might just stay in there for a while and keep cool before heading to the campsite. Obviously, not going to stay in the caves. Not allowed to do that. But at least I can get in there, get nice and cool before heading to the campground. So here we are at the junction for the Subway Caves. PCT goes that way, Subway Caves go this way. I'm going to head to the caves. So I've stopped my Garmin tracking me for this. So there's no point, this is not in the PCT, and it's not going to really count towards PCT miles. So tomorrow morning when I come back up this way, I'll restart my tracker and continue on. At the moment I think I'm going to head to the campground, get myself set up, and then I'll go into the caves. It saves me kind of dragging my rucksack around with me. Plus, kind of need to use their pit toilets. So it's a big influence on my decision. They're pretty close to each other anyway, so I might as well go and set up my tent, leave all that stuff there, and then I will head over to the caves. It does say bring your jacket because it's cold. It's been roasting all day, so I might take my puffy just with me, just in case when I'm walking through the caves. But I'm looking forward to seeing them. Seen pictures of them, seen people go through them in the videos, and they're represented in a zombie apocalypse game that I love to play, Days Gone. So it'll be really cool to kind of see them. So I managed to have a look at the campground. Apparently it costs $16 to stay in there, but there's lots of water taps, and I use the toilets facilities. So I'm still carrying my kit. I'm going to go into the caves. I will head back, get their water, replen. I think I'll use their park benches to have my dinner, and then I'll push out the campgrounds and camp outside. Don't have $16 on me, and I don't really see anyone about, so I think that's what I'll do. Then in the morning I'm close enough to go and refill my water if I need to. But let's go and see these caves before the sun goes down. Can you believe it? Pit toilets here. Could have easily came here. Right, let's go and, I think this is the path that takes me down. Let's go and have a look at the caves. This is so cool. I hope there's no freakers in here, because that's where they lived in the game. They tended to stay in the caves. This is very cool. The temperature change is incredible. As soon as you get down here, it's absolutely freezing. Pitch black. This is cool. Really cool. Just like in the game. This is so cool. Incredible. I believe this is a lava tunnel. There's a lot of signs here. It's also nice to get out of the heat. And there is the light at the end of the tunnel. That was really cool walking through here. Not sure much of it you'll get on the camera, but if you're in the area, you might as well come off the PCT and see this. Not only is the campground got proper water taps and stuff and park benches, but this is a really cool place. And especially if it's incredibly hot. It's so cool in here. I love how they've got a sign saying no camping. I wouldn't camp in here, I'd probably freeze my ass off. So, no need to worry about that. But yeah, this is very cool. Really enjoyed seeing the lava tunnel. It's very cool going through it. Definitely worth coming down here. And those pit toilets and there's fresh water back at the campsite. So I'm now going to head back, have my dinner on one of the park benches, and then see if I find a stealth place to camp. Actually, the subway cave also has water, toilets, and park benches. So I may find a wee spot here to stay. Let's go and have a look at the park benches and see what the area looks like. And then I'm closer to the trail tomorrow. Yeah, park benches seem fine. There's a tap right here. There is quite a few spots where I could probably stealth camp set up here. Yeah, I think this spot will do absolutely perfect. Oh no, this one's a bit more concealed. Let's have a look. Ground's not as good. I think I'll go here. Now I found another space just at the back here. I think I'm going to set up here. And I'm totally out of the way. Not a bad little setup if I do say so myself. I'm going to head over to the picnic benches, have my dinner. I've got a visitor. Hello. I don't have anything for you, pal. I'm sorry. Sorry, I don't have any food for you. Just food for me. You have nuts. Yes. Yes, you have nuts. Go on. Go eat nuts. Today was a good day. Didn't start off great with the burn zone and continuing on, but eventually hit continuous cruisy trail, and I was able to get a decent distance before lunch, and I was able to get exactly where I wanted to at the end of the day. Also having a stop at the Hot Creek store and getting an ice cream, which was massive, and getting a nice soda, so this was all brilliant. It was only just off the trail, so it was crazy not to do it. And then coming down here to the subway caves, absolutely amazing walking through them. I'm really glad I did this, and I've got a really good spot here. I've got pit toilets, I've got a water faucet, park bench, and my tent's quite secluded behind some bushes. But let's have a look at what I did. I did just over 25 miles. I did have my Garmin recording when I went to the store, but it wasn't much of a distance, so I just left it on. But I think it was supposed to only be just over a 24-mile day. But I'll take the 25. As for elevation descent, let's have a look. So elevation, 1,558. That's more like it. And descent, 3,192. So tomorrow I will try and push for another 25-mile day. I would like to get more. I sat and worked out from the junction here that takes me back on the trail. If I do 25-mile days, I can get to the Oregon border in about 13 days. I would like to reduce that. So if I can get an opportunity where I've got really cruisy trail, I will push a bit further. I was moving at an average speed of 3.1 miles an hour for most of the day. If I can maintain that and get more distance, then I will do that and get a little bit closer. I do want to get through Northern California but before the end of the month, so I can get into Oregon and start pushing through that, so I can get to Cascade Locks and then make that final push and get to the terminus for August the 10th. It's touch and go at the moment. There could be things that could stop me, the fires, there's anything out there that could hinder that. So the more speed I can make when I've got cruisy trail, I will. I'm just going to sit on the 25 miles. I'm going to try and push where I can. But I'm going to chill here tonight. I've actually got Wi-Fi, so I'm just watching a history documentary on Band of Brothers where they're going through each episode and going through how real it was and stuff. So that's quite interesting, especially when I'm sitting having my dinner. So it just makes sitting here a little bit better. But if you like the content, please like, share and subscribe, and above all else, help out combat stress, and I'll see you in the morning for another day on the Pacific Crest Trail.